Hi everyone, my name is Jeff Woods. I'm running for our U.S. House of Representatives in Congressional District 6 in Arizona. I've been inspired by my friend Talia Fuentes, who is running for the U.S. House of Representatives in Congressional District 5. I've been inspired by Len Clark, who is running for U.S. Senate in Arizona, and I've been inspired by our man, Bernie Sanders, who is running for president. But let's get something straight. We cannot rely just on Bernie Sanders to make all these changes happen. We need to support him in the House, in the Senate, in local government, and in state governments. That is why we are running to take back our government from the oligarchs. So let's talk about what we want. So what do we want? We want free college education. A college education is equivalent to what a high school education was 40 years ago. We need to catch up with the times, free college education for all. We need to eliminate student debt. We cannot create an entire generation of debt slaves. We need to rebuild our crumbling infrastructure. Our bridges and our water systems are in disastrous condition. We have lead in Flint, in the Navajo Nation. Most recently, we have families in New Jersey suing the public school systems for knowingly exposing their children to high levels of lead in the school drinking water. This is unacceptable. We can create millions of good-paying jobs for the middle class and ensure the safety of our people and the health of our people by doing so. We need to ban fracking. Speaking of water systems, it is contaminating water systems. Haven't you seen the videos of people lighting their water on fire? We also have fracking causing earthquakes in places like Ohio. And we also have it contributing to global warming. We must ban fracking 100%. We must transition to 100% renewable energy and create green jobs for our future. Humanity is at stake. We need to provide 10 weeks paid leave for all families. We cannot make women make the choice of either going to work right after they have a kid just to get the bills paid and just to stay in their homes, or staying home and getting that valuable time with their child and getting evicted from their homes. That's not a decision that anyone needs to make. We need 10 weeks paid family leave. Almost every country in the world offers it, even places like Papua New Guinea. We're one of the few in the entire world, developed or underdeveloped, that does not provide paid family leave. We need police reform badly. We are killing over 1,000 of our own citizens every year, more than any other country in the world. There are other places that have gun problems. There's lots of problems with violence in South America. However, their police forces don't kill nearly as many per capita as ours do. For each cop that is killed, about 30 or 40 citizens lose their lives. That means that the cops need to be held accountable. How do we do that? Independent investigations of all police brutality and misconduct. We need body cameras for transparency, and we need early intervention systems that are data-driven to get the at-risk officers off of our streets and keep our people safe. It is disproportionately affecting people on the margins, African Americans, transgendered, Hispanic, indigenous, people with mental health issues. We need to address this problem now. We need marriage equality for all. We can't live in a country that discriminates against people based on their gender identity or their sexual orientation. Anyone should be able to get married to anyone that they want to. So I hear this all the time. Well, how are you guys going to pay for all this stuff? Well, how about we start by giving women a 20% raise? Because right now, women are doing the same job and getting paid 20% less. Why is it that Jim is making 20 bucks an hour and Jane is making 16 bucks an hour? The only reason right now is because Jim's got a wee-wee. That's it. We can't have that. We need to lift all boats. When you raise the wages for half of the country by 20%. That increases tax revenue and makes our lives a lot better. We need $15 an hour and strong unions. $15 an hour is at least a living wage. You can kind of get by with $15 an hour. The $8 an hour and $10 an hour jobs that are being provided by corporations like McDonald's and Walmart are only causing us to subsidize their workers because they're paying their workers starvation wages. No more handouts for McDonald's and Walmart. We need strong unions. How do you think this country had such a flourishing middle class in the 50s and 60s? It's because workers actually had rights back then. Since then, they have destroyed unions. Why is it that back then one person had to work for an entire family? They could provide for their family, buy a house, take a couple vacations, and now we have two incomes and we're working longer hours. We have help from computers and robots, and we're not benefiting from any of this technology. Only the people who build the robots and buy the robots are benefiting from it. That is unacceptable. We must all benefit from technology. We need a path to citizenship for the undocumented. It will lead to more innovation, more citizens, more tax revenue, and we will not have to break up any more families. This is a moral issue. This is an economic issue, and we must do something about it now because it makes sense on both fronts. We need to end the drone program. Drones are a form of terrorism. It's a kid who many times is recruited from gaming facilities that sits on a little computer screen and is controlling this remote-controlled death machine in the sky that is placing strikes many times on innocent people. This has happened to wedding parties. We drone striked and bombed a Doctors Without Borders hospital in Afghanistan. We assisted Saudi Arabia in their terrorist drone strikes in Yemen. This is unacceptable. It leads to a cycle of violence and more terrorist attacks on us. It needs to end. We need to eliminate fossil fuel subsidies. Why are we subsidizing our own demise? It makes no sense. We need a transaction tax on Wall Street to help pay for college education. Just an itty-bitty tax on each transaction will help fund college education for all. We need to reduce foreign aid to Israel and Egypt. They are huge human rights abusers. We need to fix the human rights abuses in our own country before we decide to subsidize human rights abuses in another country. We need to increase the top tax rate for income over $1 million, and that includes capital gains as well. Why are we taxing working and salary wages more than investment wages? Investment wages don't take nearly as much work. It's just investing in the stock market and investing in real estate. So sorry, Donald Trump, your taxes are going up. We need to end all wars and occupations. We need to get out of the Middle East. We need to stop spending so much money on our military. Over $2,000 of your hard-earned tax dollars per year, per citizen, that includes every man, woman, and child, is paying to bomb and occupy other countries for the empire that only benefits big oil, the big banks, and the military-industrial complex. We need to level the playing field between small businesses and big corporations. Small businesses see their employees every day. They see their faces many times every day. They see them as people. They want their people to feel invested in those companies. Small businesses lead to innovation because they are more nimble, they are smaller, they are more adaptable to change. Large corporations are slow to change, and they see their employees as a number on a spreadsheet. We need to invest in small local businesses and make sure that they aren't burdened by taxes and regulations that the corporations don't have to worry about because they've paid off everyone in our political system. We need to reform criminal justice. This is probably the issue of our times. We have 5% of the world's population, yet we have 25% of the world's prisoners. We need to end the drug war. We need to treat addiction as a medical issue, not a criminal justice issue. We We need to ban private prisons. We need to end civil forfeiture. We need to end the NSA spying program that is also used by local police forces to spy on every move we make. We can't fund Big Brother with our own money. We can't have a fascist police state and fund it with our tax dollars. We need to take our criminal justice system back from the oligarchs and from the prison industrial complex and actually go after real criminals like rapists and murderers and child molesters and stop focusing on crimes that don't even have a victim. Thank you for listening. If you agree with this stuff, please share it. I'm not taking any corporate donor money. I'm not taking Super PAC money. It's all on shares and individual contributions. Love you all. One love. Have a wonderful day. Bye.